Capricorn, born December 22nd through January 19th, what can you expect for the month of December 2015? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, well, for some of you Capricorns, it's your birthday, so happy birthday. And to everyone else, happy holidays. Have an amazing month. It feels like for you guys, this month is really about expansion, really filling your life with all the things that you want to have happen. So there's a lot of energy coming in for you Capricorns to really get what you want, to boost your career, to boost your relationships, to boost your personal morale, your personal identity. So there's a lot of energy coming in, pouring into you this month around giving you the ability to kind of shape what you want. It's like this amazing energetic clay, and you can shape shift however you want people to see you, and the opportunity to believe in yourself also is going to be there. And then in addition, your actions, whatever you put into actions, they're going to grow very quickly. Now, this is also true for the negative. So if you're going to be negative, you're going to watch that grow. If you're going to be positive, you're going to watch that grow. So you want to really be sensitive to what you're spreading and what you're saying and what you're sharing, more so than other times of the year. This in particular is it feels like connected with your energy, Capricorns, more so than other signs in terms of what seeds you're planting. So there's a really expansive quality for you this month about anything that you want to generate and or create. So you really want to make sure that you're working in the positive and not the negative. Okay, so let's start with relationships for Capricorns. If you're somebody in a committed relationship, what can you expect for the month of December? Let's tune in and find out. Okay, so for some of you, you're a little irritated with your partner. You're irritated, it feels like, with maybe anybody around you. So there's some tension that's happening for you, and there's going to be an opportunity for you to be able to actually be heard and to get that out and to say what needs to be said or changed or altered in the relationship. And I feel like all that needs to happen is you need to shift your mindset that it can't happen. So many of you are so used to getting kicked in the teeth and being put down, and it's not going to happen for me, that you've begun to believe that you're this lone soldier and that, you're not going to get what you want in relationships. That doesn't have to be. You need to give up that belief. You need to give up that idea so you can actually have the close relationship that you desire. And you need to come through it with being honest and formidable. If you sit down with your partner and say, listen, this is really, really important to me. This is really what I need. And you really make time for it and you really say it in an earnest manner, your partner will hear you and they will bend and they will do what they need to do with you. That's the kind of energy that you have this month. But instead, if you kind of withhold and you have these expectations, they should be doing this, and that's working from negative, right? So you're going to see that grow. So as far as relationships go, Capricorn, you have a chance to really make your relationship dynamic and full-bodied and everything that you have always wanted and dreamed of. But you have to speak up and do it with a soft stick, because we have, especially, there's a full moon on December 25th, and it's in Cancer. And Cancers are extremely, extremely, extremely sensitive. So whatever you say, your partner's likely to get overreactive or extremely sensitive. So if you have something you want to change in the dynamics of the relationship, do it early in December, right? Don't wait until December 25th. Don't wait until, the end of the year saying, I want to start off the new year right. Start now, okay? Start now. Sit down with your partner now and say, listen, this is really what I need. And if you don't know what you need, give yourself some time and think about, what is it that I need? What is it that I'm really asking for? What do I want? And this is good for also those of you who aren't in a relationship, because you're manifesting here this month. So if you're not in a relationship, what can you do to create one? First of all, is know what you want. Know the type of relationship you want to generate. Look around and see the type of relationships of your friends or relatives that have very cool, awesome, fantastic relationships. And you go, I want that one. And if nobody has a relationship that you want to mimic, then think of what you don't want and do the exact opposite, right? Okay. So the universe is always giving us information, and we just have to choose what it is that we want. Now, for those of you that are ready for a relationship and you want one, there's a really good chance, especially around the new moon, that around December 10th, 11th. In fact, that whole kind of 7th, 8th, it feels like the first 2 weekends in particular are really good for relationships. And remember, you want to remember what you want. And if you're just looking for a good woohoo one night stand, then great. Then be clear that that's what you want and choose accordingly. Okay? Don't go be with a needy person, right? Because then they're going to hound you and follow you, and then you're going to feel guilty, and right. So just make sure that you know upfront who you're choosing and what you, and the type of relationship that you're looking for. But if you're looking for a committed relationship, you can have that as well. Again, just keep in mind what you want, because you guys are really going to manifest the type of relationship that you want this month. So be clear going in. This is who I want. This is what type of relationship I want, and then trust, have expectation that the universe is going to give you that kind of relationship, and then let go, and just go have fun, go meet, go greet, go do what you want to do. And I really feel like you can meet somebody really fabulous this month. All right, you guys. So lots of fun in the relationship factor. There's also maybe some impromptu getaways for some of you towards the end of the month, 27th, 28th, 29th. Around the 1st, there could be an impromptu getaway. Some of you could also have a real spiritual awakening. It feels like there could be some spiritual awakening for you Capricorns towards the end of the month as well. A deeper, more enriched connection with yourself, and you may find yourself going on a spiritual journey, a spiritual trek someplace. Some of you could be picking up and really going to Europe or going overseas, or even just to the mountaintops, so to speak. So there is some dynamics around you personally being fed a spiritual connection that could happen towards the end of the year. Okay, so now let's look at your career and money, Capricorns. So you guys have planted some good seeds this year. Most recently, you should have seen some growth, comparatively speaking, to your careers. Some of you may still feel some unfulfilled energy, that it's not exactly what you want, but you're moving in the right direction. And I see these stalks that are growing, and it reminds me of the Jack and the Beanstalk, like hold on, it's going to grow more, and but it's not going to grow without your effort. Okay, so it's a little bit different than the fairy tale where you just throw in the beans and then the beanstalk shoots to heaven and you go up and you get the goose and the goose lays the golden egg, right? This is where you're watering, you're planting seeds, right? You're praying and letting the sun come out. So it is a process for you to get what you want. But the good news is you can get what you want. So with hard work and focus, and it doesn't even feel like it's that much hard work, because it feels like there's a lot of joy in this energy for you guys. So whatever you're planting, as long as you give it some attention and some energy, you're going to make some good strides this month in your career. And here's the other thing. Other people are going to notice, and they're applauding you, and they're really going to pull you aside. And unsuspecting people that you thought maybe didn't like you or didn't like your vibe, are going to come up and say, you know what, I really appreciate where you're coming from. I like what you said. So you may get some surprise accolades from people that you didn't think were your team, were part of your tribe. So that's a good thing. As far as money goes, it feels like, again, it's going to continue to blossom. You're going to have more money coming in again this month. It feels like it's steady. And in addition, there may be some opportunities for you to invest in some things. But you may want to be a little cautious about what you invest. You may want to feels like not a lot of money, but it feels like be careful with your investments this month. It feels like not everything that you're going to be able to see clearly about. So err on the side of caution. Don't give as much, maybe do a little bit less. It feels like just being a little more cautious with your investments. Now, as far as your health, Capricorn, what goes on with your health this month? Some of you from all this work and adventure are feeling a little bit run down. So I feel like this is the month where you're going to be able to get some additional remedies that are going to make you feel better. And I feel like you may also get some additional time to recoup the energy that you have put out. So even though it feels like there's a a galloping that's going on. Like you're in the groove, you're moving fast, there's a lot happening. But you're in your stride, which is really good. And then I feel like, as you get towards the end of the month, you actually feel stronger to me. So I feel like you're kind of coming off being a little tired, but as December gains momentum, it feels like you gain momentum as well. So I do feel like you're going to get stronger as the month goes on. So that's really good. Now let's see if there's anything unexpected for you Capricorns. Okay, so I still have some teeth things happening for you guys that you need to be taking care of. If you haven't been to the dentist in a while, get to the dentist, and you may find some unexpected things there that you weren't anticipating. So I do feel like dental work is coming up for you guys. So really want to make sure that you're taking care of your health, your teeth in that regard. There's also just this thing about lifting. There's a thing about lifting and your back. So, less is more, right? If you've got 2 boxes, take 1, make 2 trips as opposed to grabbing 2. It just feels like there's a sensitivity in your spine. And it could just be from initially being run down. As you get towards the end of the month, I feel like this is better. But at the beginning of this month especially, it feels like do your best not to carry anything too heavy, or less is more, right? Don't try and do it all at once, because it just feels like there's a sensitivity in your back, with the possibility of just having, back pain. And you don't need back pain, right? At the holidays especially. Let's see if there's anything good unexpected, okay? Is there anything positive that's unexpected for Capricorns this month? Yes, okay. Okay, so you may hear from some people that you haven't heard from in a long time. And again, you've got the positive accolades that would come in unexpectedly from people that you weren't expecting, that all of a sudden call you up and say, hey, great job, I heard you did X, Y, Z. Or you run into them at a convention or event and they acknowledge you. So there's an unexpected with relationships of people acknowledging you and giving you good feedback and positive value to what it is that you're already doing. All right, everybody. So Capricorns, have an amazing month. It feels like you're really in the groove. You've got things happening. More energy is coming in to support you as you get into this month. So it's a good thing. Remember, there's a little, we've got the new moon on December 11th in Sagittarius, which is a really friendly, it feels like happy-go-lucky moon. It feels like, it's kind of like a footloose, fancy-free time. And then we've got a more sensitive full moon on December 25th, where everybody's a little bit more sensitive, including yourself. So you want to be a little more gentle around that time with your communication and your conversations in order to end the year out in just this beautiful spiritual energy that's available for your sign in particular. Okay, have an amazing month, everyone. If you like my intuitive astrology, please share it with your friends and like it. And have an amazing December. And happy birthday to you Capricorns that are having birthdays at the end of the month. And happy holidays to everyone. And look forward to connecting with you again in 2016.